Hi guys, so today I want to do something very different than the usual theme park videos. I want to just kind of talk, have a very casual conversation between me and whoever's watching this, because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. I haven't given myself an opportunity to do that, and I kind of gave myself a great opportunity right now because I am on an abandoned golf course, which is kind of near my apartment complex where I live here in Orlando. I live pretty close to SeaWorld. You can see way back there, that is the SeaWorld observation tower. There's also Manta, and I think that's what is that? Is that Mako? Yeah, that's Mako. So Mako, Manta, Kraken, they're all kind of back there in the distance. And why I came over here is that I've been hearing some rumors that this place is going to be replaced with either a resort or an apartment complex in the coming months. And while that does make a lot of sense because this has been abandoned for a long time and it's very prime real estate here in Orlando, I am gonna miss it. It's been a great place where Brendan and I have walked a multitude of times, just kind of exploring all these trails. You can see some abandoned, I guess, sidewalk concrete back there, and it leads all the way back, I think kind of towards Discovery Cove, all the way back in the back there. And it's gonna be sad to see this place go because this is why I moved over here. It was a little bit more off the road. It wasn't near the theme parks. It wasn't looking down on I-4 or another interstate or highway. So just wanted to come and explore one more time. Hopefully not the last time. I'm gonna try to come more often than that, but you know, I never know when they can throw up some fences and start working on some construction here, so I might as well enjoy it while I can. I have my bike back there, and if you've been following me for a little bit, I spent an entire afternoon just doing maintenance on that bike. I replaced both of the air tubes in both of the tires. I took the tires off and I tried to do as much maintenance on that bike. It's like one of my childhood bikes that my parents brought down when I came down like a year ago, and I didn't ride it since, and it's just kind of been sitting out on my balcony. So I pumped up the tires and I decided to take a trip around the golf course and just talk to you about some stuff that's been on my mind. And then I also brought my backpack, and inside this is actually something that it's gonna be kind of fun to show you. Let me show you. So you can see way over there in the distance, there's the SeaWorld observation tower right there. Then there's Mako, Kraken, Manta's over there, Discovery Cove. But I wanted to show you in my backpack what I got. I only have one thing in my backpack, and that is this. This is a drone that Brennan got me for, I believe it was Christmas a couple years ago, and I haven't really used it because I haven't really been in a location like this where I've been comfortable kind of flying it around, flying it up, because a lot of places don't have a very friendly relationship when it comes to drones. This one has a little camera on it, and I did fly this at Brennan's apartment, I believe, a couple apartments ago, just to kind of test it out to make sure that it works. And it does work, so I brought it out, and I want to, I guess, kind of fly it up. Oh, sounds like there's some construction going on over there already. But I'm gonna fly it up, and I'm gonna see what I can see with this. Hopefully it doesn't go in that lake over there, because that would kind of stink. So I'm gonna try to kind of keep to this area over here. This seems like a very friendly, open area. Maybe I'll go more over there. All right, so I've not played with this in a long time, but I think I was able to sync up the drone with the controller here. It does have a photo and a video function on here, but I'm gonna try to just fly it for now. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. I'm gonna press this auto launch button. Okay, we're flying over there, and it's in a tree. This isn't good. Okay, it's caught in a tree. That's not good at all. Looks like it's at least stable right there. That's good. Oh, okay, I'm gonna auto land this thing. Okay, that was just the best first trial. All right, gonna try this again, see what happens. Let's see if I can, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Come back. What are you doing? Stop it. And it hit the ground. Okay. All right, so this little guy already has me running around the golf course, and so I'm out of breath. And after that last spill, he was kind of unresponsive for a little bit, but I think he's back up and going. So let's see if this works. It does not work. What's going on? You were working a second ago. Come on. Come back. Where are you going? Stay away from the tree. Okay, a type of homing beacon would be very useful for this guy, because I had to really search around for him to find him here in this brush. I'm trying to keep you away from the trees and the stuff. Stay out here where it's so nice and open and pleasant. Come on, I haven't even gotten to use the video function on you. I need your help. I'm holding you upside down. There we go. Come on, buddy, we can do this together. I know that it would probably help if I had two hands for the controller, but I'm trying to document this because it's entertaining and it's fun and stuff, but I do want to try to get this at least kind of stable so I can get a really cool look at the area over here. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. I've been here for kind of a long time, just trying to get this thing airborne for more than 10 seconds, but let's see if we can do it. Ready? Come on, we can do this. Don't do this to me, buddy. Ah! Stop going that way, come back! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try something. I enabled the video on it this time. Let's see if I can get any kind of video before this thing crashes this time. Okay, okay. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, come back, come back, come back. Please come back. Oh my God, that's getting really, really high up there. You know, it's kind of a testament how long I've been out here trying to get this to work, because when I first got out here, this was completely blue sky, and now it is just shrouded in clouds. I'm gonna try to give this one more go, see if I can get some video on here. If there's no video from this in the video, then I guess you'll know that this didn't end up working, but I also haven't read the instruction manual since I opened it up when Berna gave it to me, so that's probably on me. So maybe I can give this a go again at some point, maybe somewhere else where it's a little bit less windy. I know it does help for its like orientation to be on like a flat kind of surface, so I'm imagining that all these hills and everything are kind of messing up with it a little bit. I don't know, but after I try this, I'm gonna hop on my bike and I'm gonna take a little bike trip around the course and talk to you guys a little bit more casually. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do. All right, I'm enabling the video. We're climbing, we're getting high. We seem to really want to go in that area, and it fell. That's weird. I charged this thing. Maybe it has like a certain range that it'll cooperate with the controller from, but really wanted to kind of get it in this direction, although I did not want it to fall in the lake. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if I got some video, or if not. It was fun to play with, that's for sure. All right, one last try. Let's see if this has any more juice in it to get some height here. We're just kind of hovering right there, aren't we? I'm gonna try to pump up the altitude. All right, we are kind of moving in the direction that I've been wanting it to go. Yay! This is so exciting. I tried to do the video mode, so we'll see if it gets any kind of a video. It's like being very stable right now. That's awesome. And now it's crashed. All right, I am content with that. That was cool. All right, so I am satisfied with that. That was a lot of fun. That wasn't really the main purpose of coming out to the golf course today. It was to take a bike ride around and get some exercise, but I actually got some exercise having to chase this thing around and find it in all these various shrubs and trees and bushes around here. But I don't know if I got video or not, but either way, I am satisfied, and I'm sad that I haven't played with this more since I've gotten it, and I hope to use it like a lot more. This was a lot of fun to use. All right, so here I am riding my bike safely and comfortably along this abandoned golf course. I did try to film myself on the bike kind of coming down from that giant hill, but that did not work out for me. All right, but now for the part that I've really been looking forward to. I'm gonna ride my bike and hopefully not fall off here in the sand with one hand. Oh God, that was a flattering sound to hear come out of my mouth, wasn't it? So I'm gonna try to be as safe as possible now. I'm gonna try to stay on the sidewalk as much as I can, because it does get kind of overgrown here in some places. And if I do eat it on the concrete, that's gonna be a lot worse than just kind of falling over on a mound of dirt. But so what I wanted to talk about, which is gonna come across as probably a pretty intense tangent, maybe, is what this channel is and kind of what its purpose is and why am I doing it, if that makes any kind of sense at all. So I've been on YouTube for the better part of about 12 years or so, split between this channel and then a channel that I used back when I was in college. I started this channel, I think in June 2014, yeah, June 2014, and then my college channel I started back in August of 2007, I believe. So if you want to go check that out, I will put a link to that channel up in the corner, but do be advised, there's a little bit more college humor kind of in those videos, and it was just kind of me hanging out with my roommates at the time, making videos doing what was funny, so it's a little bit more crude, and it's not, I guess, family friendly like this channel is these days. It's kind of weird. I never really thought I'd have to give a disclaimer for the videos that I make, but here we are. So I started this channel specifically as a vlogging channel. That channel was mainly for like actual projects. So if I wanted to make a comedy skit, or I wanted to write a song or make a video for something, or do anything that I deemed professional, that's kind of where that would end up. I'm sorry if I'm not focusing this on my face. There's a lot of brush and ramble, and I'm driving with one hand, so it's kind of complicated, and I'm trying not to fall over again. If I could, that would be ideal. And I wanted to have a place where I guess I could put stuff like this, where I could just kind of talk and document my trips and excursions, because I would go on a lot of trips with my friends and my family, and I wanted to have somewhere that I could put that it didn't clutter up my original channel. And it's weird because that used to be my main channel, and then now this one has completely blown past that channel in terms of subscribers, following, and the people that comment and reach out. Whew, I'm out of breath. But so that's where this channel came from, is just having a desire of a place to put things that I didn't deem appropriate for everybody, because I didn't think that everybody would be into it, and I wanted to have a place where I could just kind of share me and whatever I was up to at the time. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. So that's exactly what started to happen. I started to just kind of share my life and whatever I was up to at the time, and oh, okay. Oh, that's pleasant. I lost a bike pedal. Well, that's just so convenient. I wonder if I can find that. Jeez, that's kind of, how did that happen? Okay, so I guess while I'm looking for this bike pedal, I started to put videos on this channel, and at first I did 100 consecutive days of vlogs, and it's weird because I don't really like that term that much. I don't like the vlog term that much, and I know I do it. I know that's what these are, but it felt very self-serving to say that I'm a vlogger, and I've never really wanted to consider myself that, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense, but I always wanted to journal my life. My very first vlog that I ever did was back in 2008 on my original channel when I was like 14, if that, years old. And it was just my experience getting to go to Europe. I went to Europe with a little group back then, and every day I would just kind of vlog myself talking about what we did that day, because my family encouraged me to keep a journal of whatever we ended up doing on that trip. I'm gonna go and give up on this bike pedal because I do not see it anywhere. But they encouraged me to keep a journal of that trip, and I thought that was a really good idea, but I didn't want to kind of commit to the time of actually writing it. So I thought, hey, why don't I just take my camera and I just talk it? That seems much more convenient, much more easy, and I'll even be able to look back at this and see myself 15 years later, how old I was and what I looked like, and conversationally how I carried myself. And I appreciate that I did that, because that was my first vlog, and it wasn't to imitate anybody, or it wasn't to please anybody or anything like, oh, wow, look at that, found a bike pedal. Okay, so I tried to put it back on my bike, and it just kind of broke in half. So I guess I'm just not the best at repairing things, but I guess moving on, right? All right, so far so good for the most part. So I started those videos for myself, and I'm glad that I can honestly say that, because that's something that's very important to me. And it started off as behind the scenes videos, little life updates, just if I thought anything was relevant, something that I'd like to come back and watch later, then I wanted to document it. I recorded every day for about 100 consecutive days, or I think exactly 100 consecutive days on this channel, leading up to and following my move to Orlando. Okay, now this bike just doesn't want to work at all. That's weird. All right, and we are moving again. I switched hands so I could get a little bit more of a grip on the bike here as I kind of go into this area. This area is actually really cool. But so I vlogged, I guess I can say that, for 100 consecutive days, leading up to, including, and then following my move to Orlando, Florida. And then after that, I kind of just filmed major life events, if anything special or anything interesting happened, like I started a new job or any big life events. And then I started filming myself at theme parks, and that's where everything kind of changed for me. Now this building right back here, this is interesting. I want to show you this real quick, just a little pause in the story. This is a struggle. So I parked my bike right over there. There's the golf course, and I think behind these trees, kind of behind the golf course, that's where Discovery Cove is. SeaWorld is right there, pretty much. I can hear the birds and everything from Discovery Cove right there. But this is what I'm presuming was the country club that was kind of attached to this golf course back in the day, and you can tell that it's very much so abandoned, got graffiti everywhere. Everything is very overgrown and decrepit, and everything is boarded up, and we got glass that's broken right there. And I don't know, this is interesting. Brennan and I kind of came over here. We didn't obviously go inside because we don't want to do that or get exposed to any kind of stagnant water or anything weird, but can you imagine somebody having a banquet here, or a wedding, or an anniversary party, like back when this was in its heyday, kind of overlooking this beautiful golf course, back when everything looked beautiful, pristine, just like the tables and the chairs that would be right here? I think that is very, very interesting, and it's sad too, honestly, you know, but I guess this area is going to become something new, and it should, because if it's not being, you know, upkept at all, then something newer and better that deserves this kind of prime real estate should take its place. But I don't know, it's interesting. I guess I just think about with SeaWorld being literally right there, if this was like Universal or something with just this much property just right next to it and not being utilized at all, just how much they would just jump all over that opportunity, and just they'd build 2 theme parks and 10 resorts and a water park and everything else. But this is sad. This is interesting. Okay, back to the trail, back to my story before my camera dies, because I've been talking a lot, used a lot of space for that drone experience. That was fun. So where were we? We were talking about vlogs and theme parks. Right over there is SeaWorld. So I started doing some theme park videos, and it was just a fun place to... I'm gonna go to the right here real quick just so you can see, I guess, SeaWorld right across the way over here. I guess it was actually kind of easier to see way back there from a little bit farther away, but there's Mako, there's Kraken right there. Still can't see Manta, but there's the observation tower right there. Discovery Cove is, I think, right in front of that, so I think that's Discovery Cove right there. There's a firehouse right there, which is kind of adjacent to Discovery Cove, so everything's right there. And who would have guessed that right next to it is just this entire expansive, enormous golf course that's just abandoned. Alright, so back to the main path. There was some kind of intense and dense shrubbery back there, so I couldn't really film that. I just wanted to make sure I got through it okay. I don't really know what direction I'm actually heading in right now, because I don't think I've ever come this far on this path. Brennan and I turned around, I think, when we made it to that old country club back there, but hopefully I make it back to my apartment at some point. There's still kind of a sidewalk over here, so I imagine that this loops around somehow to get kind of back where I want to be, so I can head back to my place. My camera's probably gonna die here in a minute, so if it does, I'll just probably pull out my phone so I can just complete my story and my thoughts, and that would be kind of nice, right? Because this video is probably dragging on already, as it is. But I started making theme park videos because I wanted to, and because it was a fun place for me to be, and I have a very, very high interest when it comes to theme parks. And when I started dating Brennan, that was just kind of a very reasonable, excuse me, place to be, is a theme park where you take, you know, a significant other. It's a fun place to hang out, and there's a tree in the middle of the road. Well, that was cool. I just came from that direction, and I'm kind of back to where I need to be. This is like a, ouch, that hurt a lot. But this is an area that is kind of like a compass rose, because you can either go that way, that's the way that I came from. There's a direction, and then there's a direction. I think I'm gonna go this way because it gets me back to where I wanna go. This bike is giving me the problems today. Can you see all the fuzzies on my arm right there? So if I don't crash, then I'll try to continue along with the point of whatever it is that I'm trying to say in this video, which is that I started doing theme park vlogs for me. And I guess I could have just said that up front and kind of saved you all of this time and repetition and exposition and all that fun stuff, and the embarrassment of myself for falling off this bike and breaking my wheel and everything else that's been happening that I haven't recorded. But I do videos on this channel for me because it's a very easy way for me to journal my life, to look back on it. And there we go, my camera died, so now I am back on the phone, which is kind of poetic in a way because this is where it all started. So when I got to go to Disneyland, and every family vacation that I've ever gotten to go on, or just anything like that, I've been able to vlog it, and it's for me to look back on. And I feel like I've said this a lot in these videos, and I don't know why I'm so obsessed with driving this point home, but I don't know. I think when you do videos and you start to get kind of a following, you know, you have to kind of start asking yourself what you're doing it for, you know? And then there are people that start doing these kinds of videos because they want a following, because they want people to be interested in them and they want to feel interesting. And that's not really how it's been for me. And that's why I don't really ask people to subscribe or like or comment or share any videos, because if you want to watch this, oh no, now it's dark. If you want to watch this, that's because you're watching it and you want to. And that's kind of a reward in of itself for me, and that makes me feel very privileged and humbled. You know, I don't really know what this YouTube thing has in store for me, and I guess this is kind of a very ironic thing to say, but I'm just kind of along for the ride for right now, at least, because I don't want to take anything for granted. I have had a couple contacts for media that have tried to get in contact with me for recent things, and that's kind of bizarre. That's been very eye-opening, I guess, in terms of the influence that I guess people think that I have. So that's cool, but it's also a little bit scary. But I don't know. If you're along for this ride, along here with me, then I appreciate that. And I should really probably get back to my car because the sun is starting to go down and it's getting a little bit colder. And I'm gonna, oh, here comes the bushes. You see all the stickers in my shoelaces as well as my shoulder right here. I'm gonna have to pick every one of those out individually, but I wanted to go in this with the vast expansiveness of this entire golf course that is behind me, because this is where we started and this is where we finish it. Give a little finite continuity with this video. But I don't know, this was a very kind of special video to make, just a conversation and just hanging out, driving around, exploring, which is what I like to do more than anything else. So if you're new to this channel, if you've been here for a long time, thank you for contributing to the motivation to be able to do this and giving me a platform to feel encouraged to get the opportunity to be able to show these things to you, because I could just experience them, forget them, and then forever wish that I had captured a better memory than a picture, or I can be motivated to put it on here and look back at it later and then share it with so many more people. And to me, that is just something that not a lot of people can do, and I'm really glad that I get the chance to do that. So 3,000 subscribers, that's insane, and it's just kind of growing more and more, a little bit more here and there. Thank you for that. That's just incredible. And wherever it ends up, wherever it goes, whether this turns into something bigger, whether it fizzles out and becomes nothing at all, I don't know, but optimistic for the best. And thanks for coming along, and I'm excited about some fun things ahead of me, and I guess you're coming along for it too. So goodbye guys, and I'll see you soon.